just left Denver about an hour ago. I'm out here on the eastern plains of Colorado. From Denver to Cross Plains, it's like 12 hours according to Google Maps. But, you know, with stops and everything, that's probably more like 14 or 15 hours. So I'm breaking up my drive over a couple of days. I'm going to crash at my aunt's farm tonight, which is about 3 hours from Denver. And then I'm going to be doing about 9 hours tomorrow and get to Cross Plains the morning of the next day. So won't you go on this journey with me? Well, good morning. It is 6:20 a.m. It's kind of a long one today. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a road trip guy, so this is my kind of day for sure. So I'm in Amarillo. It's about midday. I wanted to stop and take a picture of the Texas sign as I entered the state, but it snuck right up on me, and I missed it. I thought I had like 15 more minutes in Oklahoma. It only takes like a half hour to cross the Panhandle, apparently. But I'm gonna check out some stuff here in a quick pit stop. I just left Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo's kind of cool. I went to Alley Cat's Vintage and High Fidelity Records and the 806 Coffee Shop and Lounge. And I went to maybe the most well-stocked sci-fi fantasy bookstore I've ever been to. It's called To Boldly Go... Incredible place. Guy is super knowledgeable about sci-fi and fantasy and sword and sorcery and pulp and all kinds of stuff. If you're passing through Amarillo, do yourself a favor and stop by there. It's about an hour and a half to Lubbock, where I'm going to go to Star Comics while I'm there. I hear it's a really good shop, and see where else this trip takes me. Hey folks, it's the end of a 9-hour driving day. It's kind of been a long one. Everywhere in Abilene, Texas, which is where I am right now, all the hotels had bugs in their Google reviews. So I booked myself this tiny little Verbo for the night. I think it's a guy's like detached garage that he converted into a VRBO. Anyway, I went to Star Comics in Lubbock today. Great comic shop, very cool. Would recommend if you're in town. I'm only about 45 minutes away from Cross Plains, so I'll get there pretty bright and early tomorrow. I think a lot of the people are already there. Like Jeff Shanks has been there since yesterday, I think. I'm pretty sure Evan from Stygian Dogs and Lion from Hobbies of a Man are pulling up tonight. But I'll get there in the morning. I guess I'm gonna go see if I can find a good beer or something out in Abilene. Well, I woke up to these leaden gray clouds in Abilene this morning. It's like 6:30. I'm about to head over to Cross Plains for the first time. I'm really excited. But it kind of reminds me of Samaria here. Dude, the thing that always gets me about Texas is it is so swelteringly humid here. If you've never been to Colorado, it is dry all the time, 0% humidity, and I feel so sticky right now, man. Someone come get your horse. It's just in the street. This is different. There's a fucking zebra out there too. Well, we made it, folks. I am here in Cross Plains. I'm really early. I didn't see any point in hanging out in Abilene. So the only other person who is here is Bobby Deary, who's another Howard guy, pretty great scholar of the Deep Cuts in the Lovecraftian Vein blog. But here we are at the house. Nobody's here but us. I'm gonna take a lot of footage when I do the house tour later, but probably not gonna be able to talk to y'all as much because I'll be, around other human beings. So can't wait for a great weekend. When I got to the Howard House, author Bobby Deary was hanging out there, and he showed me around the grounds a little bit. It was very chill. There was nobody around other than him and me. So I got a little bit of drone footage of the house, not near as much as I would have wanted, but that might have to be a priority for next year. Once I was actually around people, I was much, much worse about talking into my camera. So I'm going to do a little bit of narrating back home in Denver since I got home from Howard Days yesterday, so I can tell you guys about what we saw. After an hour or two, Evan and Lion showed up and we got to meet up and take a little private tour of the house led by Jeff Shanks himself. That there's John Bullard of the Robert E. Howard Foundation. Really sweet guy. We got to mill around the house a little bit and Jeff gave us some really cool tidbits about everything, including the restoration and how the house looked when they originally found the place and what steps they've taken to return it to the kind of 1930s state of it. Here's Bob's room where he typed every one of his stories. It's the original desk he typed at, and it's the same model of typewriter he had, but not the actual typewriter he owned. This was the Howard parents' bedroom. I think that fella's name was Glenn. He was a great guy. Howard's books were donated to a local university after he died, but there have been extensive efforts to collect as many of them back as they can. They had an original copy of A Gent from Bear Creek here, which was very, very rare. And lots of Conan and other sorts of memorabilia in the kitchen, including some of the archaeological things that Jeff Shanks helped unearth a couple years back. There's Arlene Stevenson of Project Pride and Jeff Shanks himself. Evan took a little video when Jeff was letting us poke around the house, and they even unroped Howard's room and allowed us to sit down at his typewriter. And then for the rest of the day, I was really terrible about getting footage, but we had a great time. We hung out. We got some dinner with Jim Zub, who writes the Conan the Barbarian comics today, and our new friends Chad and Ray and Nils, and it was a great day zero. Good morning, folks. It is Friday morning, which means it's the official start of Howard Days. Yesterday was kind of the unofficial start. I'm here on the shore of Lake Brownwood, which is a beautiful lake and seems to be something slightly different than Brownwood, Texas. I guess they're sort of different municipalities. Anyway, yesterday got to Cross Plains, got to the Howard House. I spent all day just hanging out there. That was really incredible. I got there about 9:30 in the morning, and Bobby Deary of Deep Cuts in a Lovecraftian Vein blog is just sitting there, and I was like, "You're Bobby Deary." And so we hung out for a while, and I got some drone footage of the house. And man, we just, chilled, and I met so many kind, cool people. It's very interesting to be in a state you're rarely in a town you've never been in before, and half the people are like, "You're Dan." And it's like, yeah, wow. It's very welcoming. It's so cool. Today's the real official start, though. So we've got the Glen Lord Symposium today. Looking forward to presenting at that. I'm a little nervous. Evan from Stygian Dogs got a great tour of the Howard House yesterday. So you got to check that out. Me and everybody else are staying here at the Flagship Inn. It hasn't even really begun yet, and I've just had a great time. So relaxed, so chill, and I can't wait to see what today brings. So, won't you join me? I've spent way too much money already, but I just completed this Conan #1, signed by Dan Panosian and Jeff Shanks, and now Jim's up. So kind of a cool treasure to have. I headed over to the Cross Plains Public Library, which has a great collection of Howard books. They also have tons of Howard's original manuscripts, which are very cool to look through, and you can see how he spells things and how he even has typos in some places. They had an excellent collection of original weird tales holding Howard's stories. How many can you spot that you know? Later that day, I went to my first panel, which was called Hot Topics in REH. In what was probably the highlight of my week, I participated in the Glenn Lord Symposium, thanks to Jeff Shanks, alongside Ralph Norris and Leela Haynes. We did get a little bit of video, but I think it was shot on an Android because the quality just didn't translate. But thankfully, Stygian Dogs got a couple of good shots for us. Later that night was the silent auction to raise money for the Howard House. Lots of very cool things on sale here, with all the proceeds going to fixing up the museum. There was a celebration banquet later in the evening where Rusty Burke was honored as our guest of honor for the year, and he was even given the key to the city of Cross Plains by the mayor of Cross Plains. The Robert E. Howard Foundation Awards were given out there, and Jeff Shanks was given an award. And in what was the shock of my weekend, I won an award as well. I won the Venarium Award, which is the award for emerging scholar for my blog and YouTube stuff for the last year. Good morning. It's about 8 a.m. Saturday, so it's about to be the start of the second day of Howard Days. I'm sitting here with my buddy Bob in Greenleaf Cemetery in Brownwood, Texas. It's like a 20-minute drive. Brownwood seems like kind of a sleepy little Texas hill country town. Yesterday was such an incredible day. Very, very cool. We did a panel. We did the Glenn Lord Symposium. The Howard Foundation Awards happened, and I won the Venarium Award, which was so cool. I really didn't expect that to happen. Now I'm just hanging here with Bob. They put this like tent up over the gravesite. It's kind of weird. It's a really pleasant little place here. We're doing the REH on YouTube panel today with Hobbies of a Man and Stygian Dogs, as was the official Conan YouTube channel. Sean Curley from that, so that should be pretty fun. Join me for the last day, won't you? Headed over to the Cross Plains Review, which is open for just a brief time this morning. It's the oldest newspaper in Cross Plains, and it's still publishing today. After the Heroic Signatures panel, we headed back to the house, and we got a tour from Paul Herman and Indy Bill Cavalier, who might be my new favorite person on the planet, where they showed us around the house and passed out photos and stuff to give us some context. And then Jeff Shanks talked about their archaeological dig here a couple of years ago. That planter that he's standing in front of is the outline of the cellar that he helped discover, and he had a lot of cool archaeological finds, followed by porch light poetry to kind of cap off the weekend. Checking out of the hotel, about to leave Lake Brownwood. I broke up the drive on the way here, but 12 hours back to Denver, doing it all today. It's 10:32 in the morning, and I made it to Lubbock 8 hours and 23 minutes ago. It's 12:53. I'm leaving Amarillo. I still got 6.5 hours to go. just crossed into New Mexico, entering mountain time, so it's 1:50, but it feels like 2:50. I have 4.5 hours to go. About to cross the border, back into Colorado. I am up in Raton Pass, and here comes the state line, and we are now back in colorful Colorado. I still have about 3 hours to go. Made it. Almost exactly 12 hours on the road. And you know what the worst thing is? I think the worst thing for every road trip is when you have to unpack your car. And now I have to take in all the shit that all the books that I bought this weekend. Oh, one last insult. I'm back in Denver, and I'm just kind of processing and thinking back on the weekend. There is this word that everyone used to describe Howard days before I went, and I wasn't sold on it because it's a word I don't hear very much. The word is fellowship, and that's not really a word I feel like I hear very often since, I don't know, I stopped going to church when I was 17. But fellowship is really the right word for it. Everyone is so embracing and so friendly and so ready to say hi. What brought you to Howard? I don't feel like I currently have the words to explain what a unique experience it was. I met so many cool people and so many unique people with cool experiences and so much to teach you. I'd list off folks, but I'm afraid I'm gonna forget someone in the moment. I love talking to everybody. Thank you so much to the Robert E. Howard Foundation for the award. I'm gonna have to hang it up somewhere here in my office. I thought about sharing all the books that I either got for free or bought while I was there, but then this video would be like 45 minutes long, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'll do it another time. Maybe I'll just post it on the blog. But thanks so much for watching. If you're a Howard fan, or a Sword and Sorcery fan, or a pulp fan, or just a lover of good literature, I would definitely suggest you check out Howard Days in the future. I am definitely going back next year, that's for sure. It's a unique place and a unique vibe, and I hope you'll join me there someday in the future.